So this is going to be one of the central storylines over the next year and change on the channel, and that's going to be Team USA's women's basketball team from 2026 as well as 2028. Came across a story. I saw a video from my man Keep the Vision, and I wanted to talk about the story as well. Some comments from Gino Oriema that m- are very interesting and makes me think that there may be evil at play. I'm not going that far. It's not evil per se, but it is definitely something to take note of, especially if you're someone like myself. When Sue Bird got made the chairwoman of the committee for Team USA, I was positive on it because Sue Bird was kind of like a new generation type thing. It kind of centralized the process. There was a lot of shady means last year. It was just multiple people involved. Everyone throwing up their hands saying it wasn't them. And now with Sue Bird there, you got a square person that's running things. Like on the men's side, you got Grant Hill. Prior to that, you had Jerry Colangelo. And in this situation, with Gino Oriema, Sue Bird, is the UConn Mafia about to try to move Caitlin Clark out the way for Paige Bueckers at the point guard position, at least? Um, Now, in my eyes, I feel like the best backcourt would be Caitlin at the one and then probably Paige at the two, because I think Paige is a shooting guard personally. Um, I think Caitlin gets a great joy out of racking up those high assist totals, and we just seen between both of them, the type of playmakers they are. But I feel like the versatility of Paige to play either the one or two lends her to being a better option at the two. I think Caitlin could play the two also, but I think there's a certain cachet that goes with that point guard position on Team USA. And the way Gino Oriema phrased it was looking for the successor of Sue Bird. Now, they could have already had the successor of Sue Bird if Caitlin Clark was on the Olympic team last summer. But, let's not get into all that. I thought, with Sue Bird coming in, at least this is someone that has been positive on Caitlin at times. And I think the issue with Sue Bird, though, is she has her hand kind of in so many things. And between with her podcast, where she tries to advocate for the players, but she's also an owner in the league. And now she's got the Team USA thing, and she's got all these connections and relationships she has to maintain. But at the end of the day, if it comes down to someone that went to UConn and someone that did not go to UConn, the UConn Mafia is going to stick together until proven otherwise. They're going to have to show me, especially in this new era. I'm not really here to talk about everything that happened. We know, Candace Parker has been left off, teams in the past. We know Nneka Ogwumike has been left off teams. We know Caitlin Clark has been left off teams. But in this situation, the way this was kind of spoken about, it just made me look at this just not in a good way. So this came from the Dallas Hoops Journal. Is maybe she's ready. Gino Oriema on Paige Bueckers' chances to emerge as Sue Bird's successor for USA basketball. That's like a wild thing in the first place, because okay, what really is that? But they get more into it. Um, So they're like, the first step is to get invited. Oriema said that's number one. That happened. The second is going to come easy for her to understand what they're asking you to do once you get there. She's great at that. Whatever you needed her to do, she's going to do it. Let's see. They go through Paige's resume from this past year. From there, he's like, I think the league has helped her understand that I can handle myself in this level of competition. I can be what my team needs me to be. National team environments reward players who understand their roles immediately. So it's a lot of awareness, being self-aware, knowing who you are, what you are, knowing you might have a different role on the team that you have than you're playing regularly. I think all those things she's very familiar with. Yeah, Paige is very familiar with playing with stacked lineups, multiple, McDonald's All-Americans. It really wouldn't be that much different from UConn. So he is right there. Dallas is actually the change for Paige Bueckers. So now, when he says, they basically go into it more. They said Oriema did not shy away from noting that USA Basketball is still searching for its long-term answer at point guard in the post-Sue Bird era. He said the national team landscape has yet to produce a definitive successor, and that openings remain. So let's see what we got here. Um, Now he was like, so I think someone's going to emerge, whether it's Paige or it's someone else. Oh, my fault. He said it's a position. I think I don't want to say it's completely up for grabs because I haven't followed it that long. Yeah, right. But since Sue retired, there hasn't really been a clear cut successor. Again, there could have been, but we will keep going. He said, here's the successor, the person that can, he's flat out saying it. It's going to be Paige Bueckers. Now, I think that's crazy, right? Like, to think this is the first time they've got Caitlin Clark there, and she's already been first team All WNBA. You got to see what she looks like coming back healthy and all that. I get it. They've got the camp to go through. They've got the WNBA season next year, so this stuff can go different ways. But I'm going to, assume that she's coming in with a clean bill of health. I'm going to assume good health for everyone. And when Caitlin Clark is healthy, this is the best point guard this league has ever seen. So, throw whatever numbers at me. You need to, you're going to be wrong. I think that with him saying that here's the successor, there's a person that can take over this team and be able to lead a lot of veteran players. He's pumping up his player. I get it. I think he's just, when it comes to Caitlin Clark, his brain short circuits, just as it always has. He didn't think she would even make it in the league. He thought she was on the wrong team. He's just bumped his head against that Caitlin Clark wall several times. Now, he tries to clean it up where he says, I think someone's going to emerge, whether that's Paige or someone else, whether it's now for the World Championships or the Olympics. Maybe she's too young. Now he's shooting the bail right here for Paige. Maybe she's too young. I don't know. Or maybe she's ready. I do know that she has all the things that she needs. So, there's still a long way to go. But, brother, when I think about the UConn Mafia, and if it comes down to Paige Bueckers or Caitlin Clark and putting the word in from upstairs, and Kara Lawson's the coach, and Stephanie White's on the coaching staff, perhaps, we'll be fighting on Caitlin's behalf. We'll have to see that. But I'll remain positive there. But if Gino was already in the media a week or two ahead of time in this before this camp, already doing all this, what the hell, like if you're already doing this early, they're trying to send a message. They're trying to basically set the narrative for what is going to be going forward. Now, I don't think we're going to get a ton of workout footage. We're not going to be able to just watch these practices. And if we are, I am going to be very happy. But nah, I smell smoke. I smell fire. Something stinks here when it comes to Gino Oriema and Paige Bueckers and Caitlin Clark. That's his golden girl, and I get it. She played there 5 seasons for Gino. Paige was always the chosen one for the person that they thought uh, you know was going to be Caitlin and basically generate all that interest, and it went to Caitlin, and we've seen them react very weirdly. And when I say they, Diana Taurasi, Sue Bird on her podcast at different times. And Sue comes back and forth. Like I said, she's a good cop, bad cop, but ultimately an op. And now Gino Oriema, who's never really had anything, great to say about Caitlin, basically saying, yeah, the point guard, that's Paige. That's nothing. I'm like, brother, I think they should probably let it play out. There are a lot of factors to consider, but Gino's already doing the dirty work. And don't think he's not calling Sue Bird. Don't think the intel isn't getting back. And if it's a ultimate sabotage to try to move Caitlin Clark a little bit down in the pecking order, it wouldn't be the first time. So what do you guys think about this story? Let me know in the comments. I'll holler at you guys next time. Peace. This is One Lifetime.